This conference will now be recorded.
بسم اللہ الرحمن الرحیم یا حی القیوم یا علی العظیم یا صاحب الزمان یا حاضر امام یا حی القیوم یا علی العظیم یا صاحب الزمان یا حاضر امام یا حی القیوم یا علی العظیم یا صاحب الزمان یا حاضر امام یا حی القیوم یا علی العظیم یا صاحب الزمان یا حاضر امام یا حی القیوم یا علی العظیم یا صاحب الزمان یا حاضر امام یا حی القیوم یا علی العظیم یا صاحب الزمان یا حاضر امام یا حی القیوم یا علی العظیم یا صاحب الزمان یا حاضر امام یا حی القیوم یا علی العظیم یا صاحب الزمان یا حاضر امام یا حی القیوم یا علی العظیم یا صاحب الزمان یا حاضر امام یا حی القیوم یا علی العظیم یا صاحب الزمان یا حاضر امام یا حی القیوم یا علی العظیم یا صاحب الزمان یا حاضر امام یا حی القیوم یا علی العظیم یا صاحب الزمان یا حاضر امام یا حی القیوم یا علی العظیم یا صاحب الزمان یا حاضر امام یا حی القیوم یا علی العظیم یا صاحب الزمان یا حاضر امام یا حی القیوم یا علی العظیم یا صاحب الزمان یا حاضر امام یا حی القیوم یا علی العظیم یا صاحب الزمان یا حاضر امام یا حی القیوم یا علی العظیم یا صاحب الزمان یا حاضر امام یا حی القیوم یا علی العظیم یا صاحب الزمان یا حاضر امام یا حی القیوم یا علی العظیم یا صاحب الزمان یا حاضر امام یا حی القیوم یا علی العظیم یا صاحب الزمان یا حاضر امام یا حی القیوم یا علی العظیم یا صاحب الزمان یا حاضر امام یا حی القیوم یا علی العظیم یا صاحب الزمان یا حاضر امام یا حی القیوم یا علی العظیم یا صاحب الزمان یا حاضر امام یا حی القیوم یا علی العظیم یا صاحب الزمان یا حاضر امام یا حی القیوم یا علی العظیم یا صاحب الزمان یا حاضر امام Ya Hayyul Qayyum Ya Aliyul Azim Ya Sahibuz Zaman Ya Hazar Imam. Allahumma laka sujudi wa ta'ati. Shukran lillahi walhamdulillah. Shukran lillahi walhamdulillah. Yali madad.
याली मदद याली मदद बहुत खूब सुभान अल्लाह बहुत खूब तमाम साथियों को या अली मदद and thank you for joining us this morning. Inshallah, we will continue on this ilmi journey with more interest, with more ilm that we have been receiving for last 2 3 years, with more understanding, inshallah. And we thank each and everyone who has been not only taking part, listening, but also asking good, matter of fact, great questions. Because your question tells us what you are thinking and what you like to know and what curiosity or question you have. And that helps us navigate our ilmi sessions. And we thank you. Let's start another chapter, Ilm wa Amal, knowledge and practice, with the Mubarak name, the blessed name of Imam Zaman, Nur Maulana Shah Karimul Seni Hazir Imam. Ya Maulay Mehrban, you are the most blessed, most high. Ya Maulay Mehrban, please help us on this path, the path of the ilm, the knowledge, and the wisdom, which is the path of the Mu'mineen, Dayan, and Hujjatan, the path which on our tariqah sits, the one only can see and walk on Siratul Mustaqim with the light, the nur of the ilm, and your Farameen are guiding us. Today we are asking for your light, your nur, so it may guide us on this path. Nur Maulana Shah Karimul Seni Hazir Imam, Ya Maulay Mehrban, Tawfiq, Tahid, Himmat wa Yari Maula. Tawfiq, Tahid, Himmat wa Yari Maula. Ya Maula, come close to us, Maula. Come close to us, Maula. Keep your hand on us, Maula. Shed your nur, your light on us, Maula, so we may walk in your light with your nur on this Sirat al Mustaqim, on this ilmi journey, Maula. Once again, Yali Mother to all the friends. Here we will start with the understanding. For last 2 3 years, for most, and for some 5 7 10 years, or even more, we have been talking about the necessity of the ilm in our tariqah. How ilm has guided the mu'mineen of the past. How Imam in every time and age have emphasized and have given the knowledge through the dais and hujjatan, and in our time of Qiyamah directly to the Jamaat through Faramin, through Talikas, through guidance, and he has used all the tools any which way to guide the Jamaat toward the ilm. But the ilm by itself is not enough until we take the ilm, understand the ilm, and then apply that ilm to our daily life, onto our practice of our tariqah, and inshallah with the Isme Azam and bowl into the ibadat, and up to this point with Imam's mercy and Imam's help and Imam's guidance, we have covered just about any subject and every subject from our daily life. I even remember talking about the maid that comes and work in your home, how to behave and treat the Masi in your home. We had talked about how to behave and act when our family member or our friends or our Jamaat involves in gossip, backbiting, and what to do at that time. We have talked about work ethic. We have talked about our duty toward the Jamaat, the family, and the mankind at large. We had talked about the Sawn, we had talked about Isme Azam, we had talked about Ibadat, we had talked about Jamaat Khana, we had talked about Dua, we had talked about the Sawn, we had talked about Tasbiyat, Giryawzari, Majalis, Faramin, Hadith, Quran. But today, question comes to mind, are we better today with this ilm than we were yesterday? After all this ilm, what changes have we made in our life? How are we better off today than when we did not have the ilm of the Imam? आज यहाँ पर एक सवाल आया है दिल में कि हमने पिछले 2-4 साल, पिछले 5-10 साल के अंदर जो इल्म के ऊपर जोर दिया और तवज्जो दी, तो ये इल्म ने आपके अंदर क्या तब्दीलियां लाई? हमने ऐसा क्या काम किया जो आज हम करते हैं जो इल्म से पहले नहीं करते थे? क्या हमारे पास कोई ऐसा सब्जेक्ट बचा है कि जिस पर हमने बात नहीं की अभी तक? हम गरीबों ने छोटे में छोटे सब्जेक्ट टॉपिक को उठाया, यहाँ तक कि घर में काम वाली मासी के साथ किस तरह से बर्ताव करना चाहिए, अपनी फैमिली के साथ, अपने दोस्तों के साथ, अपनी जमात के साथ, अपने को वर्कर के साथ, अपने पड़ोसियों के साथ, दूसरे लोगों के साथ, हमने कोई भी सब्जेक्ट को नहीं छोड़ा। हजारों के हिसाब से जो रिकॉर्डिंग और लेक्चर्स हुए, उन सब को सुनने के बाद आज हम में क्या नुमाया फर्क नजर आता है? यहाँ कोई फर्क नजर आता है या नहीं आता है? इसके बारे में सवाल है कि क्या इल्म काफी है या इल्म के बाद भी कुछ करना होता है? अमल के बगैर इल्म बेचारा अकेला क्या काम करेगा? What would all this ilm, the knowledge, would do if we do not follow through on this ilm? We have given hundreds and thousands of hours, the precious time of our life, towards this ilm. My brothers and sisters, my friends, my elders, my youngers, that is the question that one must ask. And for last few weeks, this Garib and Nachis is also reflecting on this fact. And I have been asking all the friends on this line that we must reflect on the ilm and the ilm that we are learning, and how is it making a difference in our individual life? How is it making a difference in our jamaat, in our family? How do we understand our tariqah better today through this ilm and than ever before? So let's start our new journey. And the purpose of this new journey would be to reflect and to ask question, and then follow through on this ilm, meaning bringing it to a practical level. Because ilm by itself cannot do anything until Amal, the practice, is there. The example of that is like a small canoe, a boat. If you only have a one chapu, or your boat will go around and around. If you only have a one wing, you cannot fly. You need two wings. Ilm, amal. Ilm, the knowledge and the practice of it. And then you can fly. Then you can move forward. Then you can rise. then you can elevate your ranks. You can elevate your soul. You can elevate your understanding, and you can come closer and closer to the understanding your own self. And in return, you will be able to understand the Imam, and you will come closer to his Nur. That is the subject. And this will be our new chapter, which we will start today. I hope you will pay more attention than ever before and will ask related question. And then if you would like to learn more about a particular subject, ask for one of those lecture which has been recorded and saved for your convenience. As Kamari Sahib, as Nachis, as whoever is on this line, they will be able to help you with whatever subject that you need to learn. So let's start with a farman on learning. On learning. A great farman made in Karachi, Pakistan on 19 December 2017. The Mullah says, I say to my spiritual children today, particularly the younger generation, learn, 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 and learn. 11 times Imam repeated. सीखो इल्म को सीखो इल्म को लो इल्म को जानो इल्म 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 11 मरतबा. And then Mola gives the reason. क्यों इतना इल्म के ऊपर जोर? Because today, more than ever before, lifelong learning is what you need to accompany you as you move through your life. What you're doing right now at this hour, listening to this ilmi session, you know what you're doing? Imam ki farman bardari. Because Imam have asked you to learn, so you are learning. That is exactly the farman bardari Imam is looking from his followers, his murid, his spiritual children. And that is the lifetime learning. Education, knowledge, competence are the key issue for the future of the Jamaat around the world. Key feature of the Jamaat around the world. Not just here in Pakistan, whether you are in Asia, in Africa, in Northern America, or in Western Europe. Knowledge is the basis of social progress, and it is known today as the knowledge society. That is the way society is defined today. My brother and sister on this line, and those who will listen to this later on, you have become part of this knowledge society as you have given your hundreds and thousands of hours learning, learning, and learning. And inshallah, we can say that you have, according to Imam's Farman, have become part of this knowledge society. That is the way society is defined today. No one cares how much money you have, how big of the car you're driving, how big of the house you live in. They just want to know, what do you know? What knowledge you have? How much learner are you? That's what they wanted to know. Are you part of the ignorant, or are you part of the social, or are you part of the knowledge society? That's what they wanted to know. The value is on the knowledge, the ilm and ilme hakiki. That is the way society is defined today. So I said to my Jamaat, work hard, study hard, work together, a key point. Work together and seek competence. And I give you the best blessing for success. Khanavadan, Khanavadan, Khanavadan. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ala Muhammad. You see how much important is given to the ilm. In the Quran, in Surah 2, ayat number 269, Allah says about those who have been given ilm and hikmat. And I will define what is the difference between ilm and hikmat in a second. कुरान के अंदर सूर्य बकरा के अंदर आयत नंबर 269 में खुदावन ताला इल्म और हिकमत के बारे में क्या फरमाते हैं, और आप देखेंगे कि इल्म और हिकमत में क्या फर्क है। खाली इल्म नहीं, उसके साथ हिकमत विजडम भी होना चाहिए, यानी कि उसकी समझ भी होनी चाहिए। Not only the ilm, but along with the ilm, the wisdom must grow. The understanding must be there. Otherwise, just listening to ilm does not do any good to anyone. But along with that, understanding of that ilm is very important. And those who have been given the wisdom, who are they? That is what this ayat is all about. He given wisdom unto whom he will. वो जिसको चाहता है हिकमत इनायत करता है. And he unto whom wisdom is given, और जिसको वो हिकमत देता है, he truly hath received abundant good. उसको वो खेर कसीर इनायत फरमाता है. But none remember except men of understanding. मगर इसको कोई नहीं याद करता मगर वो जो इसको समझता है. The gist of this ayat is that those who have been given the wisdom of the ilm are the one who are blessed and chosen, and they are given the abundant khere kasira, abundant goods. Because ilm without the understanding, without the wisdom, does not do anything. So now, earlier we talked about the people of the ilm. What about the people who has the ilm and the understanding of the ilm, people of the wisdom? None remembers except those who understand. कोई भी इस बात को याद नहीं करता, नहीं जानता कि ये खेर कसीरा क्या है, मगर वो जो इल्म को समझता है, उसकी हिकमत को जानता है। अनदर फरमान, अगेन कराची पाकिस्तान, March 21st, 1989. Man's intellect has a fundamental role to play in the proper and full comprehension of the faith. Look at this one line. Let's take it a negative part of it. Those who does not have intellect, meaning those who are ignorant, will never be able to understand our tariqa. पहले इसको उल्टा लेते हैं कि वो जो इल्म के बिगर जहालत के अंधेरों में घिरा हुआ है, वो अपने मजहब को कभी भी नहीं समझ सकता। Now come back to the फरमान. Man's intellect has a fundamental role to play in the proper and full comprehension of the faith, in the proper and full comprehension of how the faith and society at given time intertwine. It is the ilm with intellect they will be fully and correctly understand how the society and the faith works together. And let me show you a word in the Farman above, and I repeated that word, work together. That word right there, work together in this Farman. This is what Imam is talking about here. Those who have the intellect, and how does you improve your intellect? With the ilm and the understanding of it, they are the only one who will have the proper and full comprehension of the faith, and they are the one who will understand how to work together as the society and the faith are together like a chain link. You cannot separate them. The society and faith are intertwined with each other like a chain link. यानी कि जो शख्स इल्म और हिकमत के साथ, अक्ल के साथ अपने मजहब को समझता है, वही अपने मजहब को मुकम्मल तौर पर समझ सकेगा और उसको पता चलेगा कि किस तरह से सोसाइटी, जमात और मजहब एक दूसरे के साथ बंधे हुए हैं। हम अलग अलग नहीं हैं। We are part of the society and we are part of the religion as well. And that comes with ilm and the wisdom, understanding of the ilm. We are coming back to the practice. We are still talking about ilm, and we will come and we will put this ilm to practice. Hadith Nabawi. Hadith Saklan talks about Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam leaving two weighty things for us: a book of guidance, Quran; ALWAAZ, a teacher, a guide to teach. Why not just a book? Why not just the ALWAAZ? Because one need to learn a book and a teacher. The book of guidance, the Quran, and the Nur of ALWAAZ as the teacher, as the guide, combinedly working for us. So we may learn and we may be guided and we may follow and understand what our tariqa is all about. Who will progress in the tariqa, in the spiritual world, in the ibadat, coming closer to the Nur, having marifat, moving forward from Shariat, learning in tariqat, finding the truth in hakikat, and becoming one with the Imam at the level of marifat. कौन है जो अपने आप को आगे से आगे बढ़ाता है, जो अपने आप को शरीयत से आगे बढ़ाता है, तरीकत में लाता है, तरीकत में सीखता है और हकीकत में उसको यूज करता है, अप्लाई करता है, प्रैक्टिस में लाता है और फिर हकीकत से सच्चाई के साथ, सच्चाई को जानकर वो इमाम के साथ एक होने के लिए मारिफत तक पहुंचता है. ये कौन लोग हैं? हु आर दिस हु विल move forward from the Shariat, from the Tariqat, from the Hakikat into the Marifat. The Farman, ilm wali रूह दर्जा ब दर्जा ऊपर जाती है. When you apply your ilm and when you bring your ilm into the practice, in other words, if you are only following Shariat and you are only practicing without the ilm, without the understanding, without the wisdom in it, without the hakikat, the truth in our practice, then my apology, maafi ke saath, you will not be able to move forward. It is the soul with the ilm. And when you have ilm, you will practice your faith with a greater understanding. Your dua, your tasbiyat, your ibadat would be better, would be correct as you have found the truth, the hakikat in your tariqah, and now you will rise, you will move forward. Souls with ilm will rise step by step. आगे से आगे बढ़ता चला जाएगा. जिसके पास इल्म होगा तो वो अपने मजहब को, अपनी शरीयत को, अपनी दुआ को, अपनी क्रिया को, अपनी इबादत को, अपने इसमें आजम को समझकर फिर उसके ऊपर प्रैक्टिस करेगा, उसको अमल में लाएगा और उसके साथ वो दर्जा ब दर्जा ऊपर ऊपर और ऊपर जाएगा. लेकिन जिसके पास इल्म नहीं है, वो कितनी भी दुआ पढ़ ले, कितनी भी इबादत कर ले, कितनी भी तस्बीहात कर ले, चूंकि उसकी समझ नहीं है तो वो हकीकत नहीं जानता, उसके पीछे क्या हकीकत है उसको नहीं समझता. तो मौला क्या फरमाते हैं कि जो इल्म वाले होंगे और जब वो इल्म और अक्ल के साथ उसको प्रैक्टिस में लाएंगे तब वो बहुत जल्दी तरक्की करेंगे. And let's see what Imam says about those who practice but do not have ilm, understanding, and the truth, hakikat, in the tariqah. What do they say? Let's read the entire Farman now. The inside soul, the ilm, the soul with the ilm, will elevate step by step. The inside soul with the ilm will elevate step by step. One step completed, it will be able to climb next step. But the one having no ilm, no knowledge, says, I am going nowhere. I am sitting, staying here. जो रूह इल्म वाली होगी वो दर्जा बदर्जा ऊपर चढ़ेंगी. एक कदम उठाएंगी फिर दूसरा कदम आगे बढ़ाएंगी. मगर जिसके पास इल्म नहीं है वो कहता है मैं कहाँ जा रहा हूं, मैं तो यहीं बैठा हुआ हूं. मैंने 50 साल पहले भी दुआ पढ़ी, आज भी दुआ पढ़ता हूं. मैंने 50 साल तक तस्बीहात निकाली, आज भी तस्बीहात निकालता हूं. मैंने 40 साल तक इबादत की, मैं आज भी इबादत करता हूं. मैं कहीं भी नहीं जा रहा हूं, मैं तो यहीं बैठा हुआ हूं. जबकि इल्म वाला शख्स एक कदम फिर दूसरा कदम आगे से आगे बढ़ाएगा. One who has no ilm and of the tariqah, ilm of the imam, will say, where am I going? I'm doing exactly what I was doing 50 years ago. I'm doing exactly what I was doing 40 years ago. I'm not going anywhere. I'm sitting at the same place as I was sitting 50, 40, 30, 20, 10 years ago. But those who have the ilm and have understood the ilm and are bringing this ilm into the practice, meaning they do not do anything without understanding. Imam Aka Sultan Muhammad Shah Salvatullah Alayhi, may our soul be sacrificed to their Imam, says, if you do not believe in the Imam, then you better not recite the dua. Hazir Imam in his Faramin Salawatullah Alayhi says, if you do not know the meaning of the dua, do not recite the dua. Combinedly, these two Farman, if you do not recognize the Imam, and if you do not know, understand the meaning of your dua, do not recite the dua because it does not do you any good. Without the ilm, it does not do you any good. Without the recognition, it does not do you any good. Ilm, 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 ilm. Understand your tariqah. Understand your tariqah. Understand your dua. Understand your rites and rituals. तब जाकर आपकी रूह आगे से आगे बढ़ेंगी. Then you will rise. Then you will move forward step by step, inshallah. The prayer is that, Ya Allah, increase us in our ilme hakiki. Increase us in our ilme hakiki. दुआ है, या अल्लाह तू हमारे इल्म हकीकी में इजाफा कर, so we may understand and so we may practice. Let's talk about the practice for 5 minutes, and then in our part 2 of this session, we will focus more on the practice from the viewpoint of ilm. We're going to take the first dua. Our dua is full of ilm, wisdom, guidance, nur, and the recognition of Imam. Yes, even the recognition of Imam is in our dua. Why do we not recognize the Imam when we have been reciting dua for whatever many years? हमारी दुआ के अंदर इल्म हकीकी, उसके अंदर दोरवणी, उसके अंदर इमाम की पहचान। तो क्या वजह है कि जब हम दुआ 50 साल से 40 साल से या जितने भी वक्त से हम पढ़ रहे हैं, हमने अभी तक अपनी दुआ से प्रैक्टिकली कोई फायदा नहीं उठाया? There is only one reason that we have not benefited from our dua, and that would be that we did not follow the Imam's farman, where Imam says, if you do not recognize the Imam and if you do not know the meaning of the dua, then don't recite the dua. In other words, recognize the Imam, understand the meaning of your dua so you may benefit from it. Bring your ilm to practical. And I'm not talking about translation. मैं यहाँ पर दुआ के तर्जमे की बात नहीं कर रहा हूं। मैं यहाँ पर दुआ के मानी की बात कर रहा हूं। I'm talking about the meaning of the dua, not the translation of the dua. The translation compared to meaning is like the earth and the heaven. उसमें जमीन आसमान का फर्क है। तर्जमा तो कोई भी कर सकता है, उसके मानी को जानना है, उसके एसेंस कोर बातीन को जानना है। Anyone can do translation and there can be mistakes in translation. Knowing the batin, the meaning, the asal, the core of the dua can benefit and will benefit a mu'min because he have ilm and has followed the Imam's farman before he recites his dua, knowing the meaning. There are many recorded lectures in Urdu and English both on the meaning of the dua, of the understanding of the dua, of the batin of the dua. As we move into the practical part of the ilm that we have been learning for last so many years, it would be essential, required, must that we learn the batin, the hakikat of all things we do. May it be dua, rites and ritual, tasbiyat, majalis, dason, ibadat, farman bardari, etc. etc. ये जरूरी है और बहुत ही अशद जरूरी है कि अगर हम प्रैक्टिस करते हैं, अपने मजहब के ऊपर चलना है, तो फिर जरूरी है कि हम उसकी हकीकत को, उसके बातीन को जाने, चाहे फिर वो दुआ के मीनिंग हो, चाहे जो भी क्रिया हम करते हैं उसकी तय तक, उसके असल तक पहुंचे, और फिर इमाम के फरमान के मुताबिक उसके ऊपर आगे से आगे से आगे बढ़े. So let me stop here. Inshallah, we will continue. And once again, I thank you for joining us. And inshallah, together, hand in hand, we will move forward on this journey. Ji.
Jesus, Subhanallah, sir, Subhanallah. Friends, please share your questions in the chat. Okay, so we don't have any question in the chat at this time. Friends, you can use a hand raise feature, or you can unmute your device to ask questions.
या अली मदद,
या अली मदद.
मेरे को फरमान पे चलने का बहुत शौक है, मगर कभी कभी इतनी कठिनाई आ जाती है ना कि उस समय मैं अमल नहीं कर सकता हूँ. और पीर का गिनान भी है कि ये जो दिन है तलवार की धार के जैसा है. फिर एकदम आगे बढ़ता हूँ तो बोले हजरत आदम सलाम ने भी नाफरमानी की थी, तो इसके बारे में कुछ नॉलेज देंगे?
आपको क्या लगता है कि आदम, जिसके अंदर खुदा की खुद की रूह और नूर था, कोई गलती कर सकता है? खुदा ना खास्ता अगर हम कहते हैं नौज़बिल्ला कि आदम ने गलती की थी, तो आप ये कहते हैं कि इमाम भी गलती करता है. खुदा ना खास्ता मेरे मुंह में खाक कि हम ऐसी कोई बात करें. इल्म को ना समझने की वजह से हम ऐसी बातें अपनी जबान पर लाते हैं और गुनहगार बन जाते हैं. फौरन से ऐसी चीजों को तर्क करके अपने कॉन्सेप्ट को दुरुस्त करना चाहिए. पहले पहचानना चाहिए कि आदम कौन था, कहां से आया था, किसने उसको भेजा, उससे पहले क्या था. जब ये फरमान पर हम चलेंगे तो कभी भी ऐसी गलती नहीं करेंगे. बाकी आपका जो कमेंट था वो आपका कमेंट था, उसके अंदर कोई सवाल नहीं था. तो इंशाल्लाह मैं मौला आपको बरकत दे इस इल्म पर चलने और समझने के लिए.
आमीन आमीन आमीन. थैंक यू सर, थैंक यू सर. आप भी हमारे लिए दुआ करना.
आमीन आमीन.
Okay, so we have a question in the chat. Would our forefathers have been blessed with enlightenment despite not having the ability to read, write?
Absolutely, absolutely, without any doubt. Allah is so merciful, Rahman and Rahim, so great. He will never leave a single soul without guidance. He will never leave a excuse me, my apology. My allergies are flaring up. My apology, sorry. Imam will never leave, never ever will leave anyone without guidance. So guidance are given in many different ways. Our peers, our dais have taught verbally and practically to our forefathers. हाथ जाली ने अपने आ रास्ता माथे सतपन दीन ना माथे. લઈ આવ્યા હાથ ચાલીને પકડીને. Our dais and peer, they brought our forefathers, holding their hand, step by step, walking with them, teaching them, preaching them, guiding them. Imam will never leave anyone. Even today, there are many who have never gone to school or formally have never received any education. What did I say? There are many today, our Buzrug, who have never taken any formal education. But amongst them, there is Arif Kamilin or Arif Kamil, at least one. Amongst them, there are Arifin, Abidin, Sajidin, Salikin, Mominin, when they have no formal education. How did that happen? The mercy of the Imam, as he is the most merciful, Rahman and Rahim. He always and always guides. Ji.
सर मेरा एक क्वेश्चन है
Ji.
हम ये कहते हैं कि आदम तो इज इट राइट टू से that every breath that we are taking એટલે કે હરેક દમ આ દમ જે હું અત્યારે લઈ રહ્યો છું ઈ ગુનેગાર છે not that આદમ but આ દમ જે હું લઈ રહ્યો છું ઈ ગુનેગાર છે. Is it true to say in that manner?
You could say that. Why not? So let me define Adam as a particular term and Adam as a generic term. All right? Adam is Sarandipi, for example. The Adam which came about 7,000 years ago, his name was Takum bin Bajala. Takum was his name, the son of Bajala. He was a Momin in which Imam of the time had breathed his soul and his nur too. And with that soul and the nur, he became from the Momin to the Natik, a prophet. Because he had the soul and the nur of the Imam of the time, therefore he became prophet, a Arif Kamil with Kulli Marifat. But then from the Bani Adam, children of the Adam, the humanity, because we are not complete. We have taken the breath, the soul of the Imam through Isme Azam, but we still have not completed where we would have the nur of the Imam, and therefore we make mistakes. We make many mistakes. We make mistakes on daily basis. But for the Arifin, for the Arif Kamil, for the Imam, for the Prophet, for the Natikin, for Ambiya wa Awliya, because they are with the Ruh and the Nur of the Imam, they are above that statement that they could possibly make mistakes. Yes, Bani Adam, because we are not complete, we don't have that Nur in us, and therefore we make mistake. जी.
Okay, so we have the question in the chat, but I asked Yasmin Saiba to clarify the question. Not sure if she's saying the son of Adam as an imam. So I asked her if she's saying, just clarify her question. So waiting for it. Okay.
जी. यास्मीन भाई, अगर आपको पूछना है तो आप उर्दू इंग्लिश में पूछ सकते हैं. जी.
Friends, you can unmute your device if you have any questions.
Open your heart, open your mind,
याली मदद
ask whatever you like to ask. जी, याली मदद.
जैसे कल आपने वो उसूले दीन में समझाया था ना कि ख्याल प्रिंसिपल, मतलब वहां पे जो इंसान वर्ड है वो की वर्ड था. तो आज का ये जो आप बोले कि जो उसके बाद के पैराग्राफ में कि खाली कोण तो मखलूक कोण तो અને આદમ ક્યાંથી આવ્યો હતો, तो इसमें ये बोलो ना सर कि की वर्ड क्या है कि जिसके ऊपर से फिर हमको उसके मतलब वो असल तक पहुंचना चाहिए, जैसा कल आप सिखाए थे. प्लीज.
आदम यहाँ पर कीवर्ड है. आदम यहाँ पर कीवर्ड है क्योंकि आदम वो इंसान कामिल था और इसके बाद जो भी इंसान के नाम से लोग आए वो दिखने में तो इंसान थे मगर उनके आमाल से वो जानवर थे. मौला फरमाते हैं अपने फरमान में कि आप अपने आप को इंसान कहते हो तो मैं पूछता हूं, ये मौला का फरमान है कलाम इमाम मुबीन में. मौला फरमाते हैं कि आप बोलने में तो अपने आप को इंसान कहते हो मगर मैं तुमसे पूछता हूं कि तुम में और जानवर में क्या फर्क है. इंसान भी पैदा होता है, जानवर भी पैदा होता है. इंसान खाता पीता है, बड़ा होता है. जानवर भी खाता पीता है, बड़ा होता है. इंसान शादी करता है, बच्चे बनाता है. जानवर भी बच्चे बनाता है. इंसान मर जाता है, जानवर भी मर जाता है. तुम में और जानवर में क्या फर्क है. तो आपने देखा कि जब इमाम इंसान की बात करता है, कुरान इंसान की बात करता है, फरमान इंसान की बात करता है, तो वो हकीकी इंसान की बात करता है, उस इंसान की नहीं जो जानवर की तरह अपनी जिंदगी को गुजार देते हैं. तो मौला ने क्या फरमाया, तुम में और जानवर में क्या फर्क है. तो आपने देखा कि इंसान की डेफिनेशन क्या है, इंसान की तशरीह क्या है. जी.
Right, so we have a couple of questions in the chat. What is Hakikati Samajh mean? Does it mean that we have been born and would die and all material things will remain here and soul will go to Mola?
One word for Hakikati Samajh, one single word, Marifat. When Mola says Hakikati Samajh, meaning is saying reach to the Marifat. हकीकती समझ का मतलब है मारिफत तक पहुंचो. हकीकती समझ का एक सिंपल जवाब, मारिफत. जी.
Sir, another question. So we know Adam ate the apple and did nafarmani. Then he did repentance, by which he was forgiven. So what is the theory behind this?
let me simply put as a story. Okay, remember in the ilm, what was the key lesson taught? Logic and intellect. Logic and intellect. So the person who's asking question, I know you are my friend, you've been joining us for a long time, and you are a person of logic and intellect. Let's listen to a short story just in 2 minutes. Allah says to Adam, I'm going to put you in the heaven where everything will be possible for you. Roam around, do whatever you wish to do, but do not eat the apple. If Allah did not want Adam to eat the apple, why did he put the apple tree in the heaven? Think logically and intellectually. Second, could he not have put some fences, some bars, some angels to guard that apple tree so Adam may not eat the apple? Third, Adam, who was with the soul and the nur as a perfect human, why would he not follow Imam's farman? Does that make any logic? Or the intellect tells you anything otherwise? Like I was telling my Jalal Bhai, why do you think, because I don't think he did any non-farman bardari. Why do you think he did non-farman bardari? When he was with the soul of Allah and he was with the nur of the Imam, how could he possibly do non-farman bardari? And why did not Allah put some kind of guard around that tree? Or why did he even put a tree in that heaven when he was not able to eat from it? And why did Allah say, do whatever you wish, and then said, don't do this? Makes no logic. What this tells us, that there are stories and then there is a batin of the story. What you heard is a story. You have not understood the batin of the story. And therefore, you think, not me, you think that Adam did not farman bardari. It was not possible for him. It was not possible for him to do not farman bardari. It was not possible. So think about this story. Think about that farman. And let me remind you of that farman. Who was Adam? If you knew who Adam was, you will never say he did not farman bardari. Where he come from. If you knew where he had come from, you will never use the word he did not farman bardari. Who sent him? If you knew who sent him, you will never use that word he did not farman bardari. And what was before him? If you knew that part, you will never use that language. I hope and believe I have given you enough material to think about it. And then if you still wanted to know the batin of this story, enroll yourself in the higher classes where the ilm is taught. Who said that? Mola Bapa, October 2000, Khardar Farman. Find those classes where ilm is been given. Enroll yourself in those classes where Hakiki ilm is given. And you will find the answer to that question, the batin of that question, batin of their story. Ji Kamre Sahib.
Okay, sir. Next, not sure it's a question, but friends, it's a question. So actually, they want some guidance in there. I find that I prefer to learn about my faith and gain knowledge than formally doing zikr. Therefore, I would rather listen to this lecture than sitting and saying 100 salawat. Maybe because I get bored, but I'm hungry for knowledge and wisdom. I do feel guilty about that.
My friend, you can do both. You can do both. There is a time for ilm and there is a time for tasbiyat. There is a time for dua. There is a time for ibadat. There is a time for giryazari. Everything in its correct time is good, and you can do both. Inshallah. Don't feel guilty. We can do it all. G. Kamran Sahib.
All right, so the question, what are the steps to Hakikati Samaj? So we reach Marifat Samaj again. What are the requirements? Please explain.
Shariat, tariqat, hakikat, and marifat. Those are the 4 steps. 4 steps. Even though we are in hakikat, have we understood our shariat? In example, our dua, our kriya, our isme azam, our ibadat. So first step to marifat is to understand our shariat first. Then learn what was taught at the time of tariqat. And then use that ilm to understand the truth, the hakikat. Those are the steps toward the marifat. And that is required. G.
Okay.
Ya Ali Madad.
Adam was the one who he was just a marty, right? Adam marty હતા ને મોલાએ ફૂંક મારી ત્યારે ઇન્સાન બન્યા. Was it that the right thing or I'm just a little confused with that.
Don't be confused. There is a story and then there is the batin of that story. There is a farman and then there is a batin of that farman.
Okay.
Okay? So what you know is the zahir of that story. What you need to do is to learn the batin of that story. And that's how you will understand the farman, the story, and the ayat regarding Adam. G.
Where can I learn? How can I learn?
Enroll yourself in the higher classes.
Where can I get that classes?
Find where this ilm is given. Maybe Kamariya Sahib can help you.
Okay. Thank you very
G.
much. Yali Mother. Thanks.
Yeah, all right, let's make 1 or 2 last question and then we will finish this
Madad.
session. Yeah, Ali Madad.
Ali Madad. मैं अली मदद करीम बोल रहा हूँ.
Yeah, Ali Madad.
एक गिनान है उसका थोड़ा क्लैरिटी चाहिए मेरे को. वो हमारा बहुत पॉपुलर गिनान है ना, अब तेरी मोहब्बत लागी. इसमें वो गिनान की वो कड़ी जो है कि जी तेरी रमज का पिया मैं हूँ दीवाना, इश्क अक्ल बुलाओ मेरे साहिब, अब तेरी मोहब्बत लागी.
And what
थोड़ा
would
सा
you like to
क्लैरिटी
know about
चाहिए.
that?
तो द क्लैरिटी है कि एक तरफ बोलते हैं कि तेरी रमज का पिया मैं हूँ दीवाना, और सेकंड लाइन में बोलते इश्क अक्ल बुलाओ मेरे साहिब. So there's a little bit of a confusion in the translation. That's why I wanted some clarity. Thank you.
जी. Okay. तो मैं उर्दू में समझा देता हूँ आसानी से.
Okay.
And then if anyone like to know in English, please ping and we will translate this in English. देखिए, ये कलाम जो है वो आरिफे कामिल की जबान और वो जो देख रहा था ना उसकी बयानी है इधर, यानी कि उसका ट्रांसलेशन किया गया है इधर, जो आरिफे कामिल देख रहा था। तो वो देखता है कि किस तरह से इबादत में इमाम की रहमत जो है ना उसके ऊपर नाजिल होती है, जिसका वो दीवाना हो जाता है कि मौला की इतनी भी रहमत हो सकती है। क्या ये मुमकिन है कि मौला मेरे जैसे गरीब और नाचीज को इतनी रहमत देवे कि मैं वहां तक पहुंच जाऊं। ये आरिफ कामिल की जबान और उसका आंखों देखा आई विटनेस इल्म लिखा हुआ है। तो पहले ये हम समझ लें। देन वो कहता है कि जब मैं उस मकाम पर पहुंचा तो ऑफ कोर्स इल्म 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 के जरिए से मैं वहां पहुंचा था, लेकिन जब मैं वहां पर उसके नूर को देखता हूं और इसकी दीदार को देखता हूं, उसके माजिजात को देखता हूं, तो मैं उसके इश्क के अंदर सारा इल्म को भूल गया। ऐसा दीदार कि बस मैं उसके इश्क के अंदर सब कुछ भूल गया। इश्क अक्ल बुलाई हो, लेकिन याद रखें ये आरिफ कामिल की आंखों देखी कहानी लिखी हुई है यहाँ पर।
Thank you for that clarity, Aziz bhai. Appreciate that.
Shukran, alhamdulillah. Thank you for a good question. Such a beautiful question. I would like to translate this in English. So my friend was asking, there is a ginan that साहिब की रहमत का मैं दीवाना हो गया, और जब मैं उस मकाम पर पहुंचा तो इश्क ने मेरी अक्ल को बुला दिया। There's a ginan of साहिब जी तू मोरे मन भावे. Here, first learning and teaching is that we must remember this is from the pen and the tongue of the Arif Kamil. When Arif Kamil, through his ibadat, reaches to that highest level of the Nur, he goes crazy, mad, meaning he's so surprised that can Imam have so much mercy on this Garib and Nachis? Is it even possible that Imam will bless me so much that he would take me from nothing to something, from the matti to the nur, from the iron to the gold? Is it even possible? And he said, when I saw the Rahmat, my mind just gave up. My mind just gave up. And then when I saw the Nur, remember we are talking about from the eyes and the pen and the language of Arif Kamil who reaches that marifat. He says, when I saw his Nur, his Didar, and all the miracles at that level, I just fell in love with that and I forgot everything that I had. All the ilm which helped me to get to this level, I forgot all of that. That's how miraculous, beautiful that Nur, the Didar, and the miracles were. That is the translation, understanding, and the marifat of that Ginanic part. Tere ishq mein, whatever Ginan, Karim Bhai, if you are there, please recite that Ginan again for me.
تیرے رمج کا پیا میں ہوں دیوانہ عشق اکیل بھلاو میرے صاحب اب تیری محبت لاگی.
سبحان اللہ سبحان اللہ. قربان آپ کی آواز آپ کے عشق سے. یہاں پر جس طرح سے ناچیز نے کہا کہ اگر ہمارے پاس حقیقی آنکھیں ہیں، زبان ہے، علم ہے، تو کبھی کبھار ہمارے وہ لوگ جو اس گنانوں کو لکھتے ہیں اس کا ترجمہ کرتے ہیں، نہ کہ جان بوجھ کر، غلطی سے ٹائپو ہو جاتا ہے. عشق بلا وہ نہیں ہے، بلا یا ہے. بلا یا not بلا وہ. Because bulawo means that you are doing something for me to forget. Bulaya means because of what happened, I forgot.
That's correct.
Shukriya. Oh, beautiful, Karima. Thank you so much. You made my day today. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Shukr Maulana, thank you.
So last question, if there is one. Otherwise, we will stop here. Kamle
Yes,
sahab?
سر میں پھر بولنا چاہتی ہوں کہ بہت مزہ آیا، بہت سر، تلین کر دیا آپ نے، تلین کر دیا. اور وہ صاحب جو ابھی گنان بولے، او مائی گاڈ، ہی ٹوک اس ٹو انادر لائک ٹرانس میں لے کے چلے گئے. شکر الحمدللہ.
Shukar Mola. Shukar Mola. All
Shukr Maulana.
praises are due to Ali Allah, the Imam Zaman. We are just Garib and Nachis doing our best to combine and collectively trying to learn and understand. Thank you so much. So shall we stop here, Kamle sahib?
so if you want to take
Okay,
just one question from
Lord, thank you very much.
chat. So
Was there
one
one
question.
question?
Yeah,
Go
from the
ahead.
chat, it's regarding that, the Ginan which Karim Bhai just recited. So could it be interpreted that his Akal just was forgotten when he merged with the Akle Kul?
Sure. Why not? Ji.
सर एक चीज बोलूं.
Ji.
सर आप अभी लास्ट में एक पॉइंट बोले कि साथ में मिलके, तो आप स्टार्टिंग से वो फरमान में भी एम्फसाइज कर रहे थे गेट टुगेदर, लेकिन फिर आप मतलब सॉरी सर, मतलब उसको कंक्लूड
जी, हम सबको मिलकर और मिलकर ही ये काम कर सकते हैं. चाहे वो तस्बियात का काम हो तो मिलकर करना होगा, इबादत करनी है तो मिलकर करना होगा, इल्म का काम करना है तो मिलकर करना होगा. अगर हम एक दिल एक जान मिलकर नहीं करते हैं तो हम आगे नहीं बढ़ सकते हैं. अकेले अकेले ये काम नहीं होता है. देखिए, आपने अच्छा सवाल पूछा तो अच्छे जवाबात बने, आपकी अच्छी दुआएं हुई तो अच्छा इल्म का सेशन हुआ, आप यहाँ तशरीफ लाए, तवज्जो दी तो नाचीज और गरीब ने भी कुछ काम कर सका, वरना अकेला अकेला तो हम नहीं कर सकते. ये जरूरी है कि हम मिलकर ये काम करें, एक दिल हो जाए, आपस में एक दिल होकर जब हम ये काम करते हैं तो फिर हम आगे बढ़ते हैं खुद ब खुद, क्योंकि आपकी पाकीज़ा रूह दूसरी रूहों को भी हिम्मत देती है. आपके अच्छे सवालात दूसरों को भी इल्म सिखाते हैं. That's what it means by together. जी.
याली मदद से
थैंक यू
एक आखिरी सवाल
सर.
सर.
आखिरी सवाल
हाँ
चले
हाँ
पूछ लें.
बिल्कुल आखिरी सवाल है सर. अजीज सर, जैसे आज आपने ये टॉपिक लिया इल्म का, तो इसी तरह से अगर जब फ्यूचर में आपको सब्जेक्ट टाइम हो और आप कर सको तो सर सुल्तान ये हाजिर इमाम के गोल्डन जुबली के जो फरमान आप बैतुल ख्याल के कर रहे हो उसमें बोला बापा हमेशा हमको बोलते सीकिंग सर्चिंग ह्यूमिलिटी, वो हम सब मिलके करें कि हमको कितना सीख करना है. You seek and come closer, कितना क्लोज जाना है वो हमको समझ में नहीं आता है सर. तो प्लीज रिक्वेस्ट है हमारी कि वो
So
हमको.
this will be and can be part of our Farman session on Saturday morning, inshallah.
ओके,
Zarur,
थैंक यू सर,
zarur.
थैंक यू सो मच,
Thank you
थैंक यू.
everyone. Yali Madad, Yali
या
Madad.
शुक्र
Thank you. Thank you.
शुक्र
Thank you.
थैंक यू.
यारी मदद
Shukar
शुक्र
alhamdulillah. Yali Madad.
याली मदद.
याली